Welcome to Norristown High School Wrestling. I'm George Frisch, and tonight the Eagles are hosting the Rams of Pennridge in a Suburban 1 National Colonial Division matchup. Right now, the Norristown team is warming up. Pennridge has already warmed up, so action should be underway soon. There are the Norristown Wrestling Dolls, getting the crowd psyched up for tonight's match. Neither team wrestling tonight may have that astounding a record, but this could be considered a crucial matchup since they're battling for 4th place in the tough Colonial Division. And of course, when I say tough Colonial Division, that division has the #1 team in southeastern Pennsylvania, North Penn. So it's a little tough to get to the top there, but there are other teams vying for hot spots. And Norristown, who last year was last in the division, is now trying to claw its way out of the cellar. And tonight's matchup should be crucial in that fight. Okay, we're about to have introductions for tonight's match. Wrestling for Norristown at the 98-pound weight class, Tai Tay, his Pennridge opponent, Matt Juniper. At 105 for Norristown, Armand Mina versus Chip Colby from Pennridge at the 105-pound weight class. At 112, Joey Chilano from Norristown versus Phil Schmidt. At 119, Tavea Van for Norristown, Todd Adamson for Pennridge. At 126, for Norristown, Kyle Rigg versus Pete Cipriano. At 132, John Rutman versus Tom Yurchak for Pennridge. At 138-pound weight class, Scott Higgins for Norristown, Matt Ripley for Pennridge. At 145, Rob Wenig for Norristown, Jay Hunsberger for Pennridge. At 155, Jim Rowdenbush for Norristown versus Mike Ryhorski. At 167, Marcus Smith versus Tim Ketchek. And at 185, John Spadacino for Norristown versus Sean Wolfram from Pennridge. And the heavyweight match, Mike King for Norristown versus Jim York for Pennridge. Out of the lineup tonight for Pennridge is their normal 138-pounder Tom Plinsky. He's out with a knee injury, and that's going to hurt Pennridge a bit because Plinsky has a 17-4-1 record. Right now we have the captains, Captain Kyle Rigg for Norristown. Okay, and we're ready for our first bout. Now, for those of you who may be a little unfamiliar with amateur wrestling, the object is to pin the opponent's shoulders to the mat for 2 seconds or outscore your opponent. First match of the evening, 98-pound. Tai Tay for Norristown, Matt Juniper for Pennridge. And Juniper right away is in on a takedown for 2 points. So real fast, the score is 2-0 for Juniper. He's now riding Tay, going for the pin. Tried to slip in a cradle, but it slipped out, and Tay was able to escape for 1 point. Score is now 2-1. Pennridge, they go out of bounds, back in the center. 2-1 Juniper right now of Pennridge. Both wrestlers at this time are trying to secure a takedown. In other words, trying to gain control of his opponent. Juniper is in on Tay's leg, trying to go for a single leg takedown, but Tay is countering nicely, trying to get in that crossface and work around behind Juniper to gain control. But right now it's more or less a stalemate. Looks like Tay, yes, he has the takedown for 2 points. Tay takes the lead now, 3-2. Juniper reaching back for the head, trying to sit out with it. Not successful this time, but he's close to an escape. Now Tay gains control. Referee stopped the match. Juniper has a bloody nose. Now, normally, a contestant has 1 minute of injury time. However, in the case of bleeding, the injury time is unlimited. So, this may or may not be a lengthy injury timeout. Looks like he's okay, just a little bloody nose. We're still in the first period with 21 seconds left. Tai Tay of Norristown has a 3-2 lead. Maybe I could take this opportunity to go over some of the scoring. When an opponent takes his opponent down, he gets 2 points. When the wrestlers are on the mat wrestling with one wrestler in control, the bottom wrestler then will try to secure a reversal. In other words, gain control of his opponent, while the top wrestler tries to go for a pin. If the wrestler pins his opponent, then the match ends. And as we go along in the matches, I'll go over more scoring possibilities. Looks like Juniper is just about ready to get back. So the wrestlers will begin now in the same position they left off at when the injury time was called out, with Tay on top. Tay of Norristown in control. Juniper doing quite a bit of moving. He's doing some sit-outs, trying to sit out and roll, sit out with the head. Tay maintaining control. Looks like Tay's going for that cradle now, but Juniper's got a reverse cradle and no change in the action. Both wrestlers were going for that pin, but the period ran out, period 1 of 3 periods. Now it looks like Pennridge has the choice for positioning in the second period. He chooses the neutral position. The wrestler that has choice can choose either neutral, top, or bottom, or he can defer. In other words, give the choice to the other wrestler. So a lot of possibilities there. Wrestlers go out of bounds. Action to start back in the middle in neutral position. Okay, Tay just goes in for a nice single leg takedown. Gains control, 2 more points. He now leads the match 5-2. Juniper tried to roll, unsuccessfully. He's still going for that sit out with the head. Tay is now trying to break his man down to the mat and put on a pinning combination. If he can get his opponent to the mat, he can gain valuable back points or near fall points. But it looks like Matt Juniper wants no parts of Tay's pinning combinations. He tries to worm his way, and he does. For the reversal, for 2 points. Score is now 5-4 in favor of Tay of Norristown. Tay backing out. Nice duck back by Tay for 2-point reversal. He now takes a 7-4 lead. Time running out in the second period, 30 seconds left. Tay now has his man nicely broken down. Looks like he's trying to go for those back points or the pin. Juniper likes to grab for that head. Tay's headgear just came off. Referee throws it aside. Wrestlers are required to wear headgear in amateur wrestling. And time runs out in the second period. The score 7-4 in favor of Tay of Norristown. Looks like we have another injury timeout here. We have more bleeding coming from the nose of Matt Juniper. So the third period is a little delayed here. Let me continue with some of the scoring. If a wrestler is in the down position and gets away from his opponent, he gets 1 point for an escape. If he reverses his opponent, in other words, gets from the bottom and into control, he gets 2 points. We're going to start the third period now with Tay of Norristown assuming the bottom position and Matt Juniper the top. Tay goes in, tries to stand up. Juniper brings him down. Juniper now needs points. He's behind 7-4. He's got to make up some points to pull this match out. Tay, on the other hand, has the lead, but he can't relax either, because if he gets placed on his back, this match could be tied up. We're going to have a violation here now. Matt Juniper has locked his hands, which is a technical violation, giving Tay another point and taking an 8-4 lead. Locking hands around the body is a technical violation in wrestling. So Juniper was called for that and is penalized 1 point. Tay goes into a stand-up again, not successful. He turns in, grabs his leg. He's got a single leg. Juniper looks like he's trying to cradle, but coming at the back is Tay for 2 points. He's got a reversal. He's also working for his pinning combination there. Looks like he's trying to work a cradle. Juniper worms his way out of it, and Tay maintains control, stands up, turns in, but Tay is able to maintain control. We have 45 seconds left in the third and final period. Tay of Norristown has a 10-4 lead against his Pennridge opponent, Matt Juniper. Juniper grabs that hedge, trying to turn Tay over. Tay still in control. If Tay can get 2 more points, he can win by an 8-point margin, which would give his team a major decision. But it looks like Juniper's trying to reverse. He does. He's got some points. He's got 2 reversal, and he's going to pick up, it looks like 2 back points. Looks like that that brings the score up to 10-8, I believe, giving Tay the victory, 2-point victory. So some late action by Matt Juniper, almost pulled it out for him, but he fell just short as Norristown draws first blood in this Colonial Division match. Now, since Tay won by 2 points, Norristown gets 3 team points. And I'll be keeping track for you of the team points as we go along, but basically the more points you win by, the more points your team gets. So right now, Norristown is leading 3-0 in the team score, and our next matchup is the 105-pound weight class with Armand Terra Mina of Norristown versus Chip Colby of Pennridge. Norristown has a very young lineup. About 7 or 8 of their varsity wrestlers are freshmen, so they seem to be a power to be reckoned with 2-3 years down the line. Takedown is secured by Chip Colby as the wrestlers go off, so Colby takes a 2-0 lead in this match. And coming back into the center, Terra Mina takes the bottom position, quickly tries to sit out, but Colby maintains control. Colby is able to hold Terra Mina down flat on the mat. So it's pretty tough to get any kind of a reversal or escape from that position. Terra Mina's got to get up, at least up to his knees, before he can maneuver himself into a situation where he'll get some points. Colby well in control here with about 35 seconds left in the first period and a 2-0 lead. Wrestlers go off the mat, they'll come back in the middle and they'll try it again. Referee positions the wrestlers, blows the whistle. Terra Mina tries to stand up, but blocked by Colby. Countered nicely. And now Colby is really using his wrist control on Terra Mina. Tie him up. He's now using his half Nelson. Maintain control. The wrestlers go off the mat again. Looks like Terra Mina is not able to do too much with Colby, at least from the bottom position. These lightweights from Norristown, though, have given Coach Steve Horn of Norristown some reason to be optimistic, not just for this year, but in future years, because they're all young, and they'll be around a while. Okay, first period's over. Now we're going into the second period. Chip Colby of Pennridge leads in the match 2-0. Pennridge will be positioned in the bottom now for the second period. Let's see what Terra Mina can do with Colby. Colby tries to sit out. Terra Mina controls his arm, secures a chicken wing on Colby's right arm. He's now working that chicken wing. He's going to try to turn him over from there. It's pretty tough to turn a wrestler over when he's on his knees like that, but Terra Mina's really giving it a go. He's going for it. He's trying to turn him over. He needs points now. He's behind by 2 points. Crowd getting a little bit psyched up now as Armand Terra Mina of Norristown tries to work his opponent and give him a little punishment like he got in the first period. Okay, Mina controlling, stepping over with the leg. Neither wrestler having much success on the bottom. Colby got the takedown. That gave him the 2-point lead. And so far, that's the story of this match. No other points have been scored. Mina is still working that right arm of Colby. Colby not able to do too much. He tries to sit out, but the wrestlers go out of bounds. So most of the second period's chewed up already. We have 28 seconds left in the period of a 2-0 bout. Chip Colby over Armand Mina. Mina of Norristown. There's a break in the action. Looks like we may have a little injury over there on Colby. He probably just needed a breather. He's back in now. The coaches give their final instructions to their wrestlers and send them back into the pit. Okay, Mina starts on top again. Colby stands up. Mina reaches up for that arm. He's got to try to take him down here. He does, but off the mat. Wrestlers start back in the middle. Mina still working on that right side. Colby not able to do much. Mina trying to break Colby down. Colby trying to get an escape or reversal. For Mina to get points in this position, he had to put Colby on his back, which he was not able to do, so the score will remain 2-0 going into the third period. Now Mina is going to get another chance on the bottom here. He needs points. He's behind 2-0, so he has to try to get a reversal or an escape and a takedown in order to get back into this match. And Colby will undoubtedly try to go for the pin. If he doesn't, the referee may call him for stalling. Stalling, another technical violation. First time a wrestler gets called for stalling, he gets a warning from the referee. After that, he gets a point for the 1 point against him. After that, another point. So you can get points with your opponent having technical violations against them. But right now, Mina isn't thinking about that. He's trying to get points on his own, and it looks like he's close. He's got the leg of Colby right now. He wants that 2-point reversal. He's trying to tie this match up right now. He's reaching in. He's got one leg. He's almost got two. He's going to concentrate on the one leg now. Colby trying to counter every move that Mina comes up with, but right now they're head-to-head here, with Colby still in control, but Mina making a valiant effort. He has about 40 seconds left in the period to come up with something. Both wrestlers sort of edging their way off the mat. Not too much action right at the edge, but precious seconds wasting away here. Finally, they go out of bounds. And the referee awards a 1-point escape to Armand Mina of Norristown. He's only 1 point away now, and both wrestlers will be in the neutral position. So a takedown wins it with 18 seconds to go. Who can get it here? Who can get the takedown? Mina goes in, but he goes in low with his head down. Not much leverage from a position like that, and Colby controls the head. Closing seconds, the match is over. And a very tough loss for Armand Terra of Norristown, 2-1. Hard-fought effort on both parts, but Chip Colby of Pennridge comes away the winner. So that adds 3 team points to Pennridge, and now we're tied up at 3-3.